exactly the verbiage.
A black scent.
It's just
A
Black scent. Black scent,
a
black
black
line.
scent.
Do the whole black
Really?
label.
Yeah,
Why
but
is Reeks throwing thumbs down? She thinks you sound white power. If you have a white
nah,
accent.
I don't think. No, I think she's. I don't know why she's throwing the thumbs down. But honestly, yeah, man. Yeah. Even if I tried to sound like more whitewash, I mean, I can't help it. I don't know how to do that. But it depends on where you grew up, right? Because I know some of my friends, my black friends, who grew up like in predominantly white like environments. Oh, I like the word milieu. I learned that the other day. Ooh, sexy, right? But I mean, it's just a fancy way of saying environment. But anyways,
Wait,
right? And
word? Sorry.
milieu.
How do you spell it?
Some people say milieu. Some people say milieu.
Hmm. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. You do that. Yeah. Do that. But yeah, man. Like most of my black friends who grew up in a like very predominantly white environment or milieu, they they don't sound like me, right?
Well,
And so I do think it's more environmental. Like like your environment like influences a lot of different things, including your tone as well. But people
I
don't know
think
that.
that's true too. But like, keep in mind as well, like most people when they first heard Elvis Presley's records, when his music first came out, they thought he was black. Why was that? Now, granted, he was like redoing a lot of, black culture songs and producing them as his own. But also, maybe it was his voice or the swagger in it, the swagger in everything, and they just assumed he was black.
That is true. Yeah. That is a fact. That is a fact. That's so true. They did assume that. They did assume that. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah,
In fact, like,
absolutely.
would you even so in that case, because he sounded black and he reproduced black music and made it mainstream for actually he's kind of a innovator, right? Cultural change in music and during civil rights and whatnot. I mean, so like, would you fault the man for taking black music, or would you thank him for like whatever doors, even as difficult as they were and how they happened, that they were opened? It's like, it was it good or bad? Then would you say also like for the black voice and for the black culture?
Yeah. Nah, that's a great question. Maybe Yan can answer that question.
I think it was mostly bad. I'm sorry. The
Mostly bad is crazy.
UPS man about to drop off some goodies for me, so I got a little distracted with some of what you were saying, Kayon. But oh shit! Okay,
Most people may
you can.
not know like the true history of Elvis Presley anyways, but so it just and so to not totally digress from what you were talking about, but it's just I was thinking that just the other day I was like, oh, I wonder, like is the black, because he all of his music was basically black music, near all of it, that he got famous on. He just redid it, and everyone thought or assumed he was black. Now he was raised like in, I don't know, like around, a black community, and he did get his gospel love and all that from black churches. So like he inherited that as a white person. But then when he portrayed that moving forward, that's when he got like the backlash, like big time.
Yeah, I said like
I think
yeah.
it's kind of like you can bring something to be mainstream, like a sound, and make it more acceptable. I think that's the only real good part about it. Everything else, you're kind of just stealing somebody else's sound and pretending it's
Well,
yours.
all artists steal other people's stuff. I mean, or they pay for it, actually. But it's not necessarily originally theirs. Very few artists actually write their own shit anymore.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah. I mean, Post Malone, I
But I
think
mean,
about
in
him. I'm
that
like,
day and
Post Malone, if
age,
you didn't hear If you didn't know what he looked like, would you think he was black? Just question.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I thought he was black when his first song came out.
Maybe not. Not that one. Let's go to other ones. If it wasn't that first song. But yeah. Or I don't know. Well, Eminem sounds. I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really care to go that far into this, but I'm just proposing, it's like, well, anymore, how can you tell what
Can
what
we
color
talk
someone
about
is?
how there's typically a negative connotation when you are trying to assess the intelligence of someone, and if they have a black sounding voice, then all of a sudden what they say is just not credited for. I mean, Power led into this conversation with a joke saying, "Yeah, I got to work on my black accent." Right? That's what you were saying, and I know it's a joke. However, that's a real fucking thing. I experience that shit all the time. We were talking earlier about how Jay-Z
What
is
the
actually
fuck is
really
a black
intelligent.
accent?
A black scent is what I have.
Do you really experience that all the
All
time?
the
It's
time.
bad
All the
cologne,
time. All the
Al.
time.
It's
All the
bad
time.
cologne.
Even within
In what context?
even within the double agents in this room, AFK, he's a double agent. Him and I share the same blood, but he still treats me like that.
Other
But
people in a different
our
space
spirits
thought I was
opposed.
Latina
Our
because of how
spirit,
I
our
sound. So I have no
Not
clue
James
why,
Bond.
but
Not
whatever.
James
even
Bond.
though we share the same blood, our spirits oppose one another. So I have to call him out for his demonic behavior.
We don't
Nah,
share the
and
same blood, bro.
and
You're not
honestly,
even O positive, bro. Chill.
oh, that's crazy. That was funny as fuck. Honestly, I'm gonna say this though. Because
You don't have a black scent.
I will ask what's a black scent, and let's be honest, right? Code switching is a thing, right? And I'm not saying that white people don't code switch because I'm pretty sure they do, right? Like depending on like what environment they're in. But code switching is a thing, right? Let me tell you guys how I sound at work, right? I mean at my job.
I can't wait. Go for
Um,
it.
This is
um,
good.
yeah. We'll have a meeting in the morning, and they'll, if it's Monday morning, they'll be like, "Hey, hey, how's your weekend?" And I'm like, "Oh, like my weekend was great."
Can
Like
you code switch?
it's that high octave, like that high pitch
It's
that
great.
and
It's
I
that. It's
You
that.
code switch
Hey, how you
for
doing,
your
sir? How's your day
environment.
going?
But you're
How's your
code
day, sir?
switching
Perfect.
for work. You're not
I
code
do that. I do
switching to
that
fit in
shit.
with white
I do that
people.
shit when I call Verizon to fucking get my
what
mail
no what
fucking correct.
no what Kayon no, I'm code switching to disarm, right? To make people feel more comfortable.
Oh, right. Okay. Big
Right, because
difference. Yeah.
no, the reality is that if I'm in a predominantly white working environment and I just sound a certain way, right? Maybe it's all in my head, but I think subconsciously, right, that might,
They'll be like the nerve of this guy because you'll sound so confident in the meeting if you talk like this. And they'll be like the nerve of this
It's
guy.
yeah, like so Kayon, can you imagine if I don't know,
it's
like
the
can you
same
imagine if I was
reason
like,
why a lot of women of color express that they try to be more feminine at work so that they're not perceived as the quote unquote loud black woman, is because somewhere deep in your mind or even at the surface of your mind, you know that
Yeah,
there
and how do you
are
feel
people
about
out
that?
there who would announce you as being loud or aggressive or fucking too ghetto. Okay,
Yeah,
there are
how you
people
feel
like
about
that.
that?
You know that, so you substitute how you speak in order for your environment. How do I feel about what?
wait, give me a sec.
The
Yeah, let's
people's
let Kayon
opinions or
go.
how he
Oh.
responds to it?
Oh.
No, I think
Oh.
I think the people's opinion is jacked up, and I think the way he responds to it is beautifully because it helps them fucking get above their fucking heads and stomp them later on when he accused over them because he fucking climbed the game fucking properly.
Yeah.
And they can all suck.
Yeah. And yeah. And I do this a lot at work too. The yeah, the yeah, the yeah, right? And
It's like a
so
open-ended yeah for other people to join in
to
on the yeah.
Kayon, you had your hand up.
I don't know. I mean, I would kind of say too, though, it's like, hey, if you want to deliver a message, you deliver it to your audience the way you want them to hear it. So like, and you know, I was gonna say something. I don't want to be considered racist again because I fucking hate
Nah, hell
that.
no, no.
But like
No,
that,
no, no. Like, go ahead.
when I, you know, I've gotten into whatever some sort of disagreement and I get like totally hood smacked in language. I don't even know how to process that because automatically I'm just hearing like the aggressive, I'm hearing the slang, I'm hearing I'm hearing all of that. And we're not even getting to the root of the problem now. And so like, so there's that, right? And I can choose to respond and pop off or code switch, right, to meet that language. But, you know, and I may have tried it once or twice before, but it does, you know, ultimately it's just more like, oh, fuck. All right. You know,
Nah, Kayon, you're right. Sometimes you gotta code switch and show. Nah, that's a joke. I don't know if you ever heard Kendrick Lamar. They not like
That's
us,
crazy, bro.
but Kendrick Lamar says sometimes you gotta pop out and shit. He's all right, cool. Look, listen. But no, Kayon, I get what you're saying as well, right? And Kayon, do you think it's weird that I sound like that at my job? Do you think it's
well,
weird
I
that
get no, you know what? It feels right because it's a little inauthentic. But
it
it's up
is?
to yeah, it's up to you as to like why you do that too. You know, like but also if it works as well, because here's
It
the other
does
thing.
work.
Like, yeah. If you're a producer on a stage, you got to talk to, you know, your actors in a certain way to get them to act for you. Then you put on a voice, you put on a show.
But Poe, is that manipulation at its finest? Because
No,
is
don't.
manipulating as
Come
fuck.
on, bro. Demon, stop cutting
I
them
mean,
off.
honestly, I feel as if like you know what's wrong with manipulation. I think like it has a negative connotation, but I think we all manipulate every single day, right? Some people manipulate their resumes, some people manipulate their hair, their aesthetic, right? I do think that you know manipulation can be a good thing depending on the context, right, and the situation. But I do think that you know when we use the word manipulation, people are like, "Oh my gosh, that's a bad word," and I'm like, "No, it's not.
It's
It's
only
not
if you
inherently
use it
bad."
for the right and not the dark,
I
right? But
agree. I
yeah.
agree. No, I agree with that. I
Well,
agree with that.
it's
But
it's it's.
oh shit. Speaking of code switching, right?
Don't let me
Speaking.
start, bro.
Oh no, hold on. Give me a second. Speaking of code switching, right? Speaking of what we're having, you know, black scent and white scents. Kay,
Hey, bro, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's awesome, man. Are we getting some coffee at 10 a.m.?
and they might be 30 years older than you, right? And so, anything can happen, to be honest.
Is it
Or were there any like glaring cons of dating someone that much older than you?
Oh, yes. So I was like in a legit relationship with this person, right? And so for like a year and a few months. So let me tell you one thing about dating older women, but I'm not gonna put all older women in the same box. Is reassurance.